Tilts from Shift.
Sheik. Which one? Sheik and Shulk. Sheik. Try saying Shulk Sheik 5 times fast.
Sheik Soul.
When most people use the term sport, they are referring to a game of showing one's physical ability to score points. Points are used to provide a numerical value to how a person or team's abilities outstrip those of the opposing team and its members. Sports can be competitive, or they can be used as recreation. One person may play to be better than other people, whereas another person would play to have fun more than trying to be better than another person. Sports also have a large following, especially in Lafayette, Louisiana, where football is the predominant sport played and is viewed by a supporting audience. One can't go anywhere in this city without seeing some sort of mention of the Ragin' Cajuns team. However, there's a very specific subset of sport present all over the city that most people don't realize is even there.
Next step back here.
Oh, I was probably going to try up B into the balloon.
I know I was about to say, or an up throw into the balloon. That would have been sick.
Wow,
Gets
wonderful
the read.
Ooh, wonderful.
Well, my problem with it's not punishing. It's just I think you could get 2 or 3 up airs, and that might be more percent than the up B.
But I mean, it is.
Oh my God.
That was awesome. The perfect strategy.
Just disregard everything I just said.
Is it gonna happen again?
Yep, it's over already.
That game was. That
game was not even 30 seconds long.
As mentioned earlier, a general definition of a sport is that an individual shows his or her physical abilities to score points in a game. Video games, especially fighting games, are no different. In some video games, often called multiplayer games, players will go up against other players to demonstrate that they are better than their opposition, and often there are points involved for such cases. Also, like physical sports, multiplayer video games can appeal to the competitive audience, or they can be played casually. When played as a sport, multiplayer video games also tend to attract a large following, albeit often not quite as large as other physical sports. One of the biggest sport-like video game series is Super Smash Bros., which currently has 4 installments to its name, spanning 5 different video game consoles to play them on. The most recent addition to the franchise is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, otherwise known in shorthand as Smash 4, and since its release in winter 2014, the player base for the series has been slowly growing and evolving. There exist players who play the game competitively, and those who play the game as a get-together activity. Coming off the heels of the second game in the series, known as Super Smash Bros. Melee, Smash 4 has a healthy mix of players from both areas of sport. There seems to be more of an equal balance of casual players and competitive players. For a while, and even today, Melee is primarily played competitively, and it's more uncommon to see or hear about people playing it just to have fun. Inversely, the first and third installments in the series, known as Super Smash Bros. 64 and Super Smash Bros. Brawl respectively, are played primarily as casual games than as competitive games. Some would attribute the game's quirks and programming to why only select installments are played in a specific environment, but at the end of the day, all the games in the series were designed to be played as multiplayer video games. Super Smash Bros. Is a bit of a unique game. When playing it, your goal as the player is to
increase your opponent's damage number so that you may easily knock them off the platform you both are standing on. The higher the damage number, the faster and further they will fly, and if they get sent flying past the boundary, they lose a point.
Oh! Nice!
Down B.
And that's all you need to know about Super Smash Bros. Like most cities at the time of the game's release, many gamers in Lafayette went to their local game store to pick up their copy of Smash 4 at midnight on release day. But it wasn't until recently that players of the game started to become more organized and started playing with other groups of people. In August 2015, a general group of Smash 4 players, otherwise known as a scene, was formed.
I met Emil for the first time at a tournament it was a regular, I think it happens maybe once or twice a year. It was a tournament at Play and Trade, and it was run by this guy named Jared. His tag is Curls, and he had a Smash 4 tournament, and it was the first Smash 4 tournament I've ever been to in Lafayette. And I met several people who love to play the game and stuff, but one of the things that me and Emil had noticed is that there didn't seem to be like an organized scene for the game. Like there wasn't something organized where players could meet other players around the area, test their skills, get better at the game and stuff. It didn't seem like that was a thing. So what I did is I got in touch with one of the leaders of Lafayette Smash. His name is Nick. I asked him if it would be cool if we started a Smash 4 scene as a kind of like a subset of the Lafayette Smash group. And sure enough, I mean, like they had just gotten a new venue at the time. They had plenty of space, and he said go for it. So you know, we made a Facebook group, we started inviting people, we advertised the event and stuff, and before we knew it, we had like maybe 20, almost 30 entrants for our first event. So it was pretty awesome. But that's pretty much how our group got started.
I love it. A bunch of good guys in the Lafayette community, especially with Smash 4. After I left for Houston, a lot of the people, they seem to like take over the Smash 4 scene and definitely help build it from where I started and everything like that, and I absolutely love it.
Through word of mouth, the scene started to grow larger, and in September that year, tournaments started being organized. Like in other sports, tournaments for Smash 4 involve players climbing up a bracket to eventually reach the finals, wherein the winner of the finals will win prizes. Also, like in other sports, the tournaments for Smash 4 in Lafayette tend to be televised. Rather, the feed of the game is fed into a computer and recorded, while other players commentate over it to entertain a viewing audience.
This is my first time getting together with the community, and I gotta say, everyone is super friendly. Match doesn't start without a fist bump, doesn't end with one, so that's pretty cool.
While tournaments tend to be for the competitive side of the scene specifically, they also allow the more casual players to have a good time. Those who aren't interested in competing can generally find something to do at these events, such as playing friendly matches on an unoccupied console, or commentating on a recorded match.
I would personally favor Link in this matchup. Link, he has very good link on Link. Oh! With the spike on the up B from Ike. Absolutely
As
hype.
the first move,
oh my gosh.
that was dirty.
Wow.
I don't know how this match is gonna go, but he likes to keep it in one stock.
Needless to say, casual players aren't overshadowed by a competitive environment, as much like the game itself, the Smash 4 scene is open for anyone to enjoy.
Like, that's what I really like about Smash and just fighting games in general, is that some people can see in there and they don't know what's going on at all, but just to the people who play, like, there's a different aspect and a meaning to everything that's going on. So that's why I like fighting games.
I don't think anyone hates each other here. There's not a lot of anger going on in tournaments, and I really enjoy my time here.
You never just want to sit around and always be uptight and everything like that. You want to be able to have fun. You want to be able to make friends. You want to be able to laugh and enjoy your time. It's a video game, after all. Just a perfect balance of competitive and casual is probably where you want to go. Always better yourself and the other people around you, but have fun while you're doing it, you know?
Generally, a scene's success and lifespan is dependent on how engaging the game in question is. Even if one game is older than another, that game could have more of a consistent following than the others, even if they're part of the same game series. In the case of Smash, the current most successful competitive installment is Super Smash Bros. Melee, and despite it launching in 2001, it's still widely played in a competitive environment.
Oh, just got one more thing. Again, Nintendo, if you're watching, Melee HD Remix, make it happen.
Since Smash 4 is still somewhat new, at least when comparing to the likes of both Melee and Brawl, it's not easy to tell how long the scene will persist. There's no telling if it will continue to provide a good experience over a decade later, or even if people will choose to play it over the other games for one reason or another.
In 5 or 10 years, I imagine there will be a new game as kind of the pattern. I feel like people will still play Smash 4, but they'll go to whatever the new game is, and obviously people will always play Melee.
I think that the majority of the people that play Smash 4 right now, like, aren't really a part of the competitive scene, so you wouldn't get to know them or anything. But I think that once all the casual players leave and go to the next game, I think that what's left over of the Smash 4 community will be exclusively competitive players.
I could see Smash 4 still being competitive in 5 years. I mean, Brawl kept its lifespan for about 7, so I could see Smash 4 still hanging on.
Smash tournaments aren't just about competing or simply having fun. On the campus of University of Louisiana at Lafayette, there have been a number of charity tournaments to help raise money for various causes, and the Lafayette Smash 4 tournament organizers have helped the Honor Society with 2 of them.
We were basically invited by one of the Honors Board members to host a tournament for charity in which a $5 entry fee, all the money would go towards a certain charity. It was basically the Honors Board's idea. And we got invited into it, and we said okay, and it ended up working out. And that's what it's about. I mean, last time we had an event for Heart Walk and for the American Heart Association. Now we're raising money for a group that helps students with reading and helps get books for young students and stuff like that. And so it's really great, like, just to get this many people together for a good cause and just to play the game, like, because I find that Smash is really good at getting people together in general. And just getting people together for a good cause is just even better, you know?
Friendly household tournaments and other similar get-togethers aren't uncommon in Lafayette either. Often, a player will invite others to play at his house, regardless of if he knew them personally or not. If there was a good turnout of people, there would be tournaments, and if there wasn't, it'd be considered either practice or fun-having, depending on the type of player they were. There's evidence of at least 4 residences near UL's campus being used as common friendly get-together spots just for Smash 4. And they're not exclusive to just one kind of individual or individuals.
Alright, Emil. I anoint to you the trophy. Woo! Yeah. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Yo, Emil!
Little trophy, he wins. Alright. That trophy needs to be brought back. It's done.
Today, the Lafayette Smash 4 scene is doing well. There are bi-weekly events happening at a local card game shop, Sword and Board, every other Saturday, with other events planning to begin at the start of May. Players are also still playing Smash 4 casually, with some get-togethers utilizing the 8-player Smash mode to accommodate for larger player counts.
I know there's a bunch of groups on Facebook, just strictly for Lafayette and the Smash 4 scene. I know I'm in a couple of them personally. It just all depends on how we can actually reach out to all of them and get them all together.
Typically, I actually meet up with people around the area. Like, I have plenty of friends that play Smash, and my favorite thing to do is just meet up with them and just play. Because I feel like not only is that, you know, fun and you're spending time with people, but you're also just getting better, you know, because you're learning how to fight against people and not just a computer. So that's my typical session with Smash.
At the rate things are going, the Smash 4 scene in Lafayette doesn't seem like it'll dwindle anytime soon. Competitive events still net anywhere from 12 to 24 people, and people still play it to have fun. Of course, there's still the possibility of a new Smash game coming out in the near future, but only time will tell as to whether or not that installment will change the Smash 4 scene here in Lafayette.
Okay. All right. So, what is your personal definition of salt?
What is my personal definition of salt? Well,
I'm trying to find the perfect words for this.
It's a gamer's term for getting upset at the outcome of a match.
being upset that you didn't do as well as you thought you would.
Salt is the feeling that you get whenever you feel like that you could have done better, and you're more so disappointed in yourself.
And you realize in yourself, like, I made a big mistake, or I just got completely opened up by my opponents, and I didn't know what to do.
Salt is like the physical essence of anger and stress. Like, if you see someone like throwing a fit at a tournament, that's salt.
It's as if your earth has been completely salted over. Nothing can grow, there is only rage.
My personal definition of the term salt would have to be my good friend Ryan. Because he's always salty after I